Hey there, off-gridders, fellow enthusiasts of the off-gridding community. Strongbow off the grid again here this evening, doing a couple of videos. And I wanted to show you some redneck or off-grid laundry. It is, I don't know if you can see the steam. It is, I think I just checked, it's 11 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm gonna show you how to do some laundry out here, off-grid style. So, first off, you'll see this pot of water back here heating up on a turkey fryer, okay? This is going to be difficult maybe to see. We'll try it out, who knows? You're going to need a 5-gallon bucket, a clean one. I prefer white so I can see what's actually at the bottom of it and to ensure there's nothing gnarly in there that I'm going to be putting on my clothing, okay? Here's the other thing you're going to need to buy. This, see if you can see it right there. This is a Gamma Seal lid. You can get these at hardware stores, online. I'm going to include a link to these things down below in the comments section or the info section. This is funny because I can't get this lid off. It's frozen. So we'll see once I put it on. Gamma Seal lid. I'll show you how this goes here in a minute. So you're going to need a 5-gallon bucket, a Gamma Seal lid. This snaps onto the top of the bucket and allows you to remove it via just turning the thing counterclockwise, like a big screw-off lid. Although right now it's frozen, but we'll fix that in a minute. The next thing you're going to need is a household plunger, a clean new one, obviously. And you're going to want to find the one that has the wood, the natural wood handle, not a painted one, okay? You'll see here in a little bit, I've used one that was like yellow painted or whatever from the hardware store, and the paint did come off into my clothes and it made a mess. So a clean, brand new plunger, all right? The next thing you're going to need is a drill, cordless or corded drill with one of these bits. This is a cone bit, unibit, or step bit. That's how it's known, right? It's going to be, looks like a cone, and we're going to step it in to be the diameter that is the diameter of the handle of the plunger, okay? The other thing that I'm trying out for the very first time tonight, these are Ecos. It's going to be backwards, right? Because I've got this facing me so I can see what's going on. These are Ecos laundry detergent sheets. Not dryer sheets. This is a laundry detergent flat dry sheet. I just became aware of these recently. My girlfriend's family lives way off grid out in the sticks, and they just started using these. They don't freeze, which obviously tonight it's very cold. It's going to drop down to single digits. They've been in my car. I have liquid detergent as well. That's still in there, frozen solid. These you can still use. They also pack down very small and lightweight, okay? So I'm going to use these for the first time tonight, and we'll see how they work in an off-grid laundry scenario. And they are so cold. They do break apart pretty easy. Okay, they're kind of like a wafer cracker. Okay, first and foremost here, let's get this Gamma Seal lid on our bucket. I had it and now I can't find it. There it is. Okay. I'm working in the dark so I don't blind you with my headlamp. Okay, so I'm going to take this bucket lid. This is the Gamma Seal lid. We're going to put it on the bucket. I'm going to turn this down just a smidge so maybe you can see it. I'm using a dead blow hammer. You can also use like a piece of wood, like a block of 2x4, and a regular hammer. I just don't want to chip the plastic, okay? So we're going to tap this on. And then we're going to wrestle with it. There we go. Let me take this off first. Okay, we're going to finally got the lid unscrewed. Now we're left with the blue ring, and we're going to tap this ring down all the way. Yep, and that one broke a bit. Doggone it. Okay, there. That'll work for our purposes tonight. Okay. I think it's just because it's so cold, and I had to really smack it on there. It's not flexing much, so it decided to break on us. Okay, so there's the first part. Put the gamma seal lid on. Next, take your conical drill bit, right? Get the diameter or close to it of the plunger. And luckily there's a hole right in the middle here on how they made it at the shop of the molding company. I like to go back through the other side of it, take all the burrs out, make it a clean hole there. Okay. Okay. Take the plunger, the bottom of the hole. Now, I need to go a little bit more. Go to the next size up. There we go. I'm doing this a little bit rushed because it's a little too darn cold out here. Okay. Plunger, bottom of the lid, right? Okay. This is your agitator. This is going to go and screw onto the bucket, right? We're going to screw this on, and then you have almost like a butter churn, right? Keep saying right. Follow me, follow me, follow me. Okay. So, this vessel here, I've got a big aluminum pot that I use for heating up water or melting ice from the lake. You're going to want a big stock pot or something if you're outside. You can do this over a fire. For just simplicity tonight, I decided to just do it over the turkey fryer, which I use for a lot of stuff you'll see in previous videos. In future videos, I use this thing for canning, pressure canning and stuff, and hot water bath canning outside. It's just a massive help. So when you don't want to have to get a fire going, but you could use a fire and then a grate over the top and heat this water up as well. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to cut this sheet in half because this is for a full load of laundry. And we don't have a full load of laundry. We've got a partial 5-gallon bucket load, and I can't find my scissors because it's dark out. So I'm just gonna break this in half. Okay, they break real easy. Like I said, like a wafer cracker. Okay. The other thing you want to have on hand, leather gloves when you're handling this stuff, especially hot metal containers full of scalding water. So what I'm going to do, a little water in the generator. You feel it? See that? The power went down. That's moisture in the carburetor or in the fuel. Here, I'm going to get some of these shavings out. Okay. It's high quality here at Strongbow Off the Grid. All right. We're going to pour the hot water in. I just didn't want this to stick to the bottom. If I threw this in and then just poured the water on, I don't know how they dissolve. So I'm going to put it in right now. Swish it around a bit so it dissolves. I use the Ecos brand. It's plant-based. It doesn't have a bunch of nasty chemicals in it. I used the liquid stuff for years, and there's probably better stuff out there. I'm not sure, but what's available to us up here sometimes, or this I got on Amazon, I think. But for right now, if you know of a better one that's more environmentally friendly, the wastewater from this laundry goes right back here onto the off-grid property, right? So I don't want to use a bunch of harsh detergents. No Tide Pods or anything like that. So Ecos is what I've been using. I don't want to burn my hand, but okay, it's completely dissolved. That thing completely dissolved. All right, so what I'm going to do, my hands will probably freeze if they're outside wet on these gloves, or outside of the gloves for too long here. Okay. Jeez Louise. Okay, there's a half of a strip of Ecos laundry soap in there, the dry stuff, right? The dry sheets. And I'm going to throw some laundry in here. I'm going to try to find some stuff because it's going to have to dry in the tiny house. Obviously, it's super flipping cold out. And it'll just harden to a board if I do it out here. It'll just freeze solid. So here, we'll do some smaller stuff, some underwear, some shirts. What do I got in there? Let's see here. Let's pull through. There, another kiddo shirt. Here, there's maybe a pair of socks from my son's socks. Some wool socks. Right, you're not going to be able to do a comforter or a bedspread in here. But if you want to do your undergarments, your underwear, your socks, t-shirts, you could probably fit a pair of Levi's in there, Carhartts. Okay. So remember, I broke the rim of the lid because it's so cold. So we may have some water coming up, splashing out of here. But then you basically put this on. I'm going to put the lid down, right? Okay. There we go. And then, like a butter turn, I did this for my son's cloth diapers when he was a year and a half old. I did it for a year and a half when we were off grid. We had cloth diapers. We were very wanting to be organic, and we had these organic cotton diapers, and they're great. We didn't want to use disposables, and we just couldn't afford it. So this, did his diapers once, if not twice a day. So we're going to agitate this. Here, we'll go slow. This is like for delicates, right? This is your delicate setting, okay? And then you can do this and stand up here and do this. There's your soiled permanent press setting right there, right? So you want enough room in there, just like a regular washing machine, right? You don't want to pack the thing solid. You want stuff to be able to move around in there and agitate. That's the agitation, right? And you're going to want to do this. You can see the steam coming out of this thing as I'm using it. Even with that break in the lid, it's still not gushing a bunch of water. It's still pretty good. So I filled this water up about 3/4 of the way to the bucket. And I just put a few things in. You can put a few more. You can get away with a few more articles of clothing in here. So ideally, large, medium, large size person, guys like boxer briefs. I mean, you can do 4 or 5 sets of boxer briefs, 4 or 5 pairs of socks, and a couple t-shirts all in one load. So this is the soap suds. This is half a sheet of that Ecos. It foamed up in there a little bit. Looked kind of nice. We're going to do a full load of laundry. So this is just going to take a couple of minutes. You can heat this water up. You could go cold water. If you're not freezing outside, you could do a cold wash on it too. I'm just choosing warm water. This water, it looks like it's super hot, but it's just basically, it's like medium warm. It's probably about 104, 106 degrees. It's not boiling by any means. So you're going to want to agitate this like you're churning butter. 5 minutes or so. I mean, if you got really dirty stuff, obviously, you're going to do it for longer, right? All right. There. So let's take it off. Okay. The nice thing is when you're using a white bucket, you're not going to be able to see this really. See it? See how dirty that is? That is also the dye from the fabric too. You'll get some of that. So it's not all dirt. Okay, I'm going to dump this wash water out, and we're going to wring the clothes out real quick. Just wring them, and then we'll pour some hot fresh water in, and then that'll be our rinse cycle. Okay, Well, I take that back. This is hot water. This isn't more. This is more than 106. It's almost hard to hang on to. So definitely, if you have clothing that doesn't need to be in hot water, don't do it that hot. So we'll wring out these articles of clothing. Ooh, yeah, that is hot. I'm going to actually set that one over here in the snow. I'll set them in the snow for a minute. All right, set them in the snow. Then I'm going to dump the rest of the water out. You'd be amazed at how much dirt came out of there, you know. It's my son's socks, so I don't know if that's too much of the dye in there. It's probably actual dirt from my boy. Okay, shirt. So these are some kids' clothes. These are long sleeve shirts. Wring them out. A couple pairs of socks. They smell clean and they don't feel sudsy. They don't feel soapy. Just a heads up. Like, my hands don't feel slick or soapy at all, which is nice. They got a good, clean kind of scent to them. Here's a pair of my daughter's leggings. Okay, so you wring them out. Boom. All right, gloves. We don't want to burn ourselves touching that hot pan. So this is an aluminum one. These are cheaper than stainless steel. You just don't want to eat off of it. I don't. I mean, you can do whatever the heck you want, but there's a lot of studies out there with eating off of aluminum and cooking in aluminum. I prefer not to. And then we're only going to do half as much water, right? So it's only about half full. This is a small load. So that, and we're just going to do the same thing again, okay? So you can see, you can hear it actually. You can hear the handle from the plunger scraping against the plastic. Okay, if it was painted, it flakes that paint stuff right off into the water, and then it'll dye the clothes, or it makes kind of a mess. So you want that plain wood one. So we're just going to rinse this. It takes less time, in my opinion, to rinse than it does to wash. And then we'll just zip this lid right off of here. Boom. And you have rinsed laundry. So we'll dump the water out. Obviously, if it's really soiled stuff, you know, do it again, right? Run it again. For most purposes, a wash and a rinse, and then you wring it out. You're going to wring it out and hang it up. So that's it. I mean, this stuff is a little too hot for me right there. So that's one of the ways I do off-grid laundry, especially in wintertime. You know, it's going to be single digits here. So we got hot water. So I'd wring all this stuff out and put it in a plastic wash bin or tub, or bring the bucket back in the house, and then make sure it's wrung out good outside first, and hang it up on a line in front of the wood stove. And then you got some laundry. It works great in the summertime too. You can do a lot. So this is one of the off-grid clothes washing techniques. There'll be more. So anyways, Strongbow off the grid, keeping your drawers clean. Okay. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you got something out of this. Like and subscribe if you could. And they'll be like the Ecos sheets. I like them. I think they're great. That was pretty painless. And half of one of those worked great for a 5-gallon bucket full of laundry. I'm definitely going to buy some more. So I'll put a link in the description for those. If you want to get them, go through my Amazon site. It doesn't cost you anything. It's affiliate links. And it throws us a little bit of coinage so I can buy a new Gamma Seal lid that I just busted up on this video. And I'll have the Gamma Seal lids on there too. Ecos laundry soap. And then if I can find a plunger on there, then you can get a 5-gallon bucket anywhere. Hardware store. This is from O'Reilly Auto. They're not a sponsor of the channel, but they could be because I spend a lot of money and time there. So anyways, all right, everybody, thank you for watching. And kudos to you and good luck in your off-grid experiences. All right, thanks.